Team Tech workshop, some of the ideas and the need to knows that came up were regarding how can you best support your student at home. Okay, as a parent, what role can you play so they are being successful? So, at this time, are there any questions? Or we'll start with the initial question that we have from our last meeting. All right, so question number 1. Students can answer this as much as obviously the parents. How much should I give my child? And this doesn't mean money. This means, you know, how much do you provide them in terms of support, or how much do you let them kind of work through things? All right, who wants to answer that first?
I can.
Okay.
This actually happened to me recently. Emily came home and she was working on her project for, should we convert over to the metric system as the, you know, in the United States? And she had accumulated some nice research and stuff, but I knew she was not going to have enough content to finish the project by looking at it. So I said, okay, Em, we need to talk. You know, I said, how do you feel about this? Which way do you want to go? And she explained to me that she did not support switching over. She wanted to keep it like it was. And I said, okay, so where do we go from here? I said, you've got two, maybe 3 supporting documentations. Is that enough to write an entire paper on? And she was like, probably not. So, you know, it was a Sunday and I was very frustrated that I had to spend my time doing this sort of thing. But I said, okay, here's what we need to do. What kinds of things do you see as a problem if we switched over? And she gave me some really good ideas, but she didn't have the support for it. So I said, okay, let's go to the internet and let's look this up. Well, she started finding out that a lot of historical documents would have to be changed, or people wouldn't interpret them the same, such as the Chernobyl incident, you know, or 3 Mile Island or whatever it was. And so I said, okay, so how would you convert 3 Mile Island over into the metric system? And so she figured it all up. You know, we went to the internet and looked it up. So I sparked her curiosity by looking stuff up and talking about it. And then she was like, well, that would be retarded to call it the 3.162475 mile island accident or something. So, you know, it sparked some good conversations for us. And then she organized her paper, and then she wrote it. And then I was like, okay, instead of saying this, wouldn't it sound a little bit better if we kind of rearranged that and put this sentence first and this, and she was like, yeah. So I supported her, I sparked her thinking, but I certainly didn't sit and just do the whole thing for her, which, you know, was my first inkling whenever it was a Sunday afternoon. I really wanted to be watching football, so.
Yeah, I completely agree, because like if the parents give you all the information, then you're not learning anything. But if they just give you a little nudge in the right direction, then it helps you learn the skills to find stuff on your own, and it helps you get the problem done on your own too.